Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing your August 2015 monthly tarot horoscope. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Sagittarius. And I'm back using my regular Shadowscapes deck, and I hope you guys are doing good. I am still doing private readings, so if you'd like a private reading, feel free to email me, elizabetholson31@gmail.com. And I am still doing couple sessions as well as the tarot cord cutting combo that I offer for people who want to do more healing work. And I'm going to be doing a whole video about my healing work and some of the things that I do, so stay tuned for that. Keep an eye out for that as well. I always say I'm going to, but then I always run out of time, so I am going to try to be doing that though soon. And yeah, again, you can find out more about my services and how much I charge under the About section of my YouTube channel. So I already mentioned that, but just again to reiterate. So let's see what you guys get for August. I'm excited to do these videos. Really, amped up for it because I feel like it's been a long time since I recorded, and I really enjoy what I do. So it's fun for me. Got a lot going on in August, Sagittarius. A lot going on. I don't like the outcome. And I don't like what's crossing you. So we're going to have to talk about that. And I don't like that, when I flip a card to see, okay, how do you overcome what's crossing you, you get the Devil card. Okay, so there was another sign that also got this, and I don't know what's going on because I've shuffled a zillion times. Trust me, I do. I don't like to see these, even remotely close to each other because it's really hard to handle. And so basically, to start off, in the heartbeat of the reading and everything, you have the Hanged Man. You also might be in a relationship with a Gemini because the Gemini also got this, okay? You may have some Gemini in your chart, okay? This is, the Hanged Man is a test of your inner strength as well as your physical strength. I see it as kind of both because the little boy, is got in a fight with someone and runs in the forest and asks the trees, doesn't know what to do, and the trees offer to help and ask the trees for help. And the tree says, sure, let me help you. I'll lend you some of my strength to get through this time. This is needing to ask for help. This is finding somebody to help you and help lift you up out of your struggle. This is knowing that into this shall pass. This is also knowing that you have enough inner strength to face anything in your way. It's interesting. I was telling a client, I think yesterday, about how, I do everything on my own. But my client was concerned about having to do everything on her own because she was getting out of a relationship. So, interestingly, the time when I thought, nobody was there, and I had a car issue, I just called a cab. I called, and then as far as like help, so there was things that I did that on my own that, if you're relying on somebody entirely, okay, here's my point. You're relying on somebody entirely for them to help you, and then they're suddenly not there anymore, and you're left to do it on your own. Sometimes it's actually a test of your strength, okay, to find the answers, to do it yourself. It doesn't mean you can't ask, you can't call a cab, but it was me figuring out how to do it myself without other people. without leaning on, you say, a family member to come get me, or a husband to come bail me out, or, whatever. It was doing it on my own. And so sometimes it's about, when you're tested really hard, and you go through some really hard times, it's because the universe wants to see how strong you are. And it actually makes you into a much smarter, more creative person. Because what's that saying? Necessity is the mother of creativity. Or, what is it? Necessity is the mother of invention. So that's when we get to be creative. That's when we learn the most, when we're tested. It can be tough. Those of you who are not taking care of yourself physically, I feel like some of you really need to start exercising. Some of you need to eat better. Some of you need to spend more time outside. I feel like you're spending too much time on the computer because you got the Eight of Pentacles right next to it. Some of you are working way too much. Way, 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 way too much. You're very focused on career because you have the Six of Wands in the position of emotions. And this is, getting to a pinnacle point through your own blood, sweat, and tears. It's a great career card. You've got several career cards here. The Eight of Pentacles is a job, okay? The Eight of Pentacles is also being either the critter or the spider. The spider is the boss. You might have your own business and you might be the boss. You also might be the critter who is stuck in a job or feels stuck in a job, and the boss is about to drain your blood, or drains your blood like every single day. Either way, the two cards connected, the key word here is patience, because the spider is patient. It patiently waits for its prey to get stuck, and it doesn't know when it's going to happen, okay? The Hanged Man has to be patient for things to pass, for time to pass, for circumstances to change. So patience is really key. In the present moment and in the immediate future, you need to be patient, Sagittarius, okay? And it's interesting because I was talking about how necessity is the mother of invention, and the spider card is creative. So this is a time to be patient, use your creativity. This would be a great time to invent something. This would be a great time to, try to stay calm. Okay, be like really, really, really calm. This is also the calm before the storm, I feel. Okay, the calm before the storm. I feel like, the outcome is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords I don't like, particularly because it's a feeling of being stuck. This is the storm. This is the feeling like a dark clouds looming overhead. Sometimes this is someone in the family passing away. A lot of times this is feeling like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, you can't get out. So you have this spider, which is also that stuck, the critter that feels stuck. And in the outcome, it's the Eight of Swords feeling stuck. So you got two sticky cards here, this feeling, okay? Now, going back to the originally, and I digressed completely, but going back to originally what I was talking about in the beginning, the thing that's crossing you is the Seven of Swords, the liar, cheater, thief card. And I don't like it, okay? I don't like it at all. Okay, this is a card that irritates me. Now, you also got the Devil card right next to the Seven of Swords crossing you. So, you have to overcome, this is like a major obstacle, okay? I feel, okay, so what's coming to me is, the way I do it, just so you know, is if I see a negative card, I flip another one to see what is the message and how to overcome this obstacle. Each card, like originally I didn't do that, but I started to do that because I wanted to get more insight into what to do and to see like if, you were going to be able to overcome the challenge, what would then be the energy. Now, the problem is if you're able to overcome the challenge of the Seven of Swords, then you get the Devil card. So it's not like, you overcome the challenge of the Seven of Swords and, suddenly, you're Pollyanna and the world looks amazing and, you're the glass half full person. No, you have to overcome another major obstacle, which is the devil. So the thing about the devil is breaking free. The reason that there's cheating going on in your relationship, or there's some lying, or there's some deceptiveness, I feel like is because, in a way, you need to break out of it. You need to break up. You need to get a divorce. Okay? And maybe you're resistant to doing that. Because some people, and I talk about this a lot, become resistant. Okay? They become very resistant to change. A lot of times people get into marriages and they become resistant to this change. You may have some other planets in your chart, some strong Virgo, strong Taurus, or strong Capricorn. If you do, message me, and also know that you're being very resistant to breaking out of this marriage, which I do feel you need to do. You also have the card of separation in the position of what's coming in from the universe. So it's a time. This is a testing time. You're in the pressure cooker of good things actually happening, which, financially you have a strong financial foundation, which is really good. You've got the You're So Money Baby card. And you have the Four of Wands, which is the joy. So you have a sandwich, okay? You're sandwiched in, the cloud overhead is joy, okay? The ground under your feet is money, okay? And in between, you got the tests, you got your work, and you got your work cut out for you, and you got the liar to your thief, as well as the devil in the center. So it's like a giant roast beef, cheese, and muffaletta, whatever, with two happy, France buns on the top, okay? It's a sandwich. And actually, it's more akin to like a shit sandwich, to be honest with you. Because this is not fun stuff. And I don't necessarily feel like everybody who's married has the cheating issue. This may be somebody in your family that's lying or cheating or being deceptive. This may be somebody else entirely. But you're dealing with the devil on some level, okay? Because I don't necessarily feel like this is entirely someone else's life. We're talking about you, Sagittarius. So this is either you or your partner, most likely, first and foremost. This could be someone else around you that's crossing paths with you. But you wouldn't then also have the devil. Being a slave to the devil can also indicate, because you have very strong work cards here, being a slave to money, and you do have the strong foundation of money. So there's an element of you wanting money, hoarding money, loving money, needing more, never being enough. When in fact, I feel like you do have a lot. Now, this may not be the case for everyone. In other people's cases, it could just be that the Seven of Swords guy is the devil reincarnated. And he is in your life, Sagittarius. This is your partner, or is this someone who's crossing your path? This is a bad person, not necessarily on the up and up. This is not a person who you really want to get involved with. Okay. And now, in some cases, this may be you. Some Sagittarius, you may be cheating on your partner. You may be, or considering cheating on, your girlfriend or boyfriend. Or you may have cheated before on your partner and you're considering it again. There's an element of temptation, okay? Because we have the devil, which is temptation, which is all that is tempting and worldly and selfish. But then you also have Seven of Swords, which is somebody who has taken it one step further. It's like they've gone beyond temptation and they've done it. They've committed the crime. They've stolen something. They've lied. They've cheated. And they think they've gotten away with it. It's interesting because the Seven of Swords comes before the devil, which means this is someone who's cheated and who would do so again. And there's still temptation there for them to do so. They have addiction problems. They have an addictive personality. Somebody who's really just like won't stop, can't stop. It's never enough. This is major problems in your relationship. If you are in a relationship, if you are in a marriage, this is major problems. And the only way to get out of it is to, and I feel like the universe is telling you, you need to separate. You need to separate. You need to go your separate ways. You know, break up, get a divorce. I don't see divorce, any of the divorce cards here, but you do have the card of separation. That's the card that comes before. This is also the card of the angels intervening. This is being lifted out of hardship because of the angels. This is being saved in some way. You know, taken out of a situation and put into something so much better. This is major conflict, okay? You also got, I pulled even another one after I pulled the devil, and you've got this Knight of Swords, and this is conflict, you know? This is somebody else in your family, or this could even be you. You may have some strong air in your chart where you're very determined. Now, the Sagittarius also wields the sword of truth. Sagittarius thing is truth at all costs, whereas their shadow is the Gemini white lie, okay? And I feel like there's both things going on. I feel like there's both little white lies going on. I feel like there's both, and there's outright deception going on. And then there's also, you know, someone being held accountable for their actions, okay? And someone pointing out and be like, okay, now you fucked up. You cheated. You know, whatever that is. The thing is, there really is no point to have that kind of discussion. To be like, you did this and you did that and blah. There's no point to it because you already know that it's happened. You already know that they've done this and that it's not healthy for you and it's not healthy for them. So therefore, it's time for you to leave anyways. So don't even bother having that discussion. If you want to sit down and be like, look, this is closure. We're never going to be together again. Please don't ever call me again. You'll hear from my lawyer on Monday. Whatever. That's how you got to do it. But don't play it like, you know, try to sit them down and, you know, fire away at them because it's not going to get you anywhere. Some of you have kids. You know, you have this, in a way, it's a, you know, two parts here. You've got this happy family, and some of you are in a very happy family situation. I'm not saying every Sagittarius is in this cheating and in this drama situation, but, you know, I feel like there are kids here, and that's maybe one of the reasons why you haven't left, okay, because you have kids. Primarily, I think you have 2 kids, okay, with a third potentially on the way at some point, okay. Because you got this Queen of Wands here, okay, in the position of attitude. This could be your wife. This is a strong woman, you know. This could be an Aries. Usually it's a fire sign female, but I also see it as being, Taurus, Capricorn, or Aries, because they got the horns first. I usually see it as an Aries female, okay, so you may be in a relationship with an Aries, okay. She comes first, and then the other one's after that. And then there's also, because she's a fire, typically also a fire sign, this is a Sagittarius or also Leo female. I don't see her come up as much as a Leo female for some reason. I don't know why. It just doesn't happen that way, okay? I see her primarily as an Aries or Capricorn predominantly, okay? In this case, I'm also getting Scorpio. I don't know why I'm getting Scorpio, but I do feel that this could be a Scorpio female who has some strong Aries or Capricorn or something in her chart. She may be like a Scorpio sun, but like an Aries ascendant or something, or Sagittarius ascendant. There's a strong, you know, so this could be you on some level, okay? Because you could be the Sagittarius ascendant with the Scorpio sun watching this. So I'm not talking to just Sagittarius guys here. So this could be you. This is in the position of your attitude later. You always want to get your way, and you do. This is getting what you want. The problem is that I feel like you're so determined to get what you want that it causes conflict. And I feel like your partner feels like they can never please you. Like you're never going to be happy no matter what they do. No matter how hard they try, no matter what they do for you, no matter how much money they have, they're never going to be good enough. They feel like they're never going to be good enough for you. And I'm getting a tingle on that very much. So how is this all going to play out? Well, for the outcome to be the Eight of Swords, it is restriction. It is not being able to move. It's not being able to do anything. It's feeling really stuck. And, so the three stuck. You got the three stuck cards here. Well, two stuck cards, 2.5. Okay, because the Hangman kind of feels stuck too. A little bit. So... And in the recent past, you were very sad and lonely. We got that kind of hanging out on its own, Recent past, feeling, Miss Lonely Heart's never going to be with anybody, never going to find love. And then it's almost like then you jump into the current moment, which is dating, or just leaving for joy, good news, good things happening, having some happy family times, having fun with your kids. I feel like male Sagittarius, if you're in a relationship with a female Sag, or you're in a relationship with somebody else, I feel like there's a lot of loneliness and heartache within your relationship. If you guys are in the process of breaking up, or if there's cheating going on, this is causing her tremendous sadness. If you're cheating on her, there's sadness. Sagittarius females, if your partner is cheating on you, there's sadness. I almost feel like, okay, so I want to say this Eight of Swords is not going to be how it's always is going to be. But this is a storm. This is a stormy period. The outcome's a storm. The storm is going to blow over eventually, and you're going to get to the Six of Swords, which is sleeping better, being freed from worry. Things are going to turn out all right. In the end, and you're going to get your fire back, because you do get the Ace of Wands. I pulled another one, for, later down the line, most likely in September. In September, I feel like you're going to cruise into September with not feeling as restricted. That is if you break out of this relationship. And that is if you remain calm and collected and you don't freak out and you don't go nuts and you don't go crazy. I feel like, again, there's a calm before the storm. So the storm could be not as bad, or it could be like, one of those giant typhoon, hurricane type things. You know what I mean? It's only going to be as bad as you make it or you allow it to be. And if somebody is passing away at the end of August, I feel like you're going to grieve, but at the same time, you're going to move past it. You'll be able to process it. You'll be able to understand it and move on. And get your mojo back. I feel like you are going to get your mojo back. In August, it doesn't feel like you have a lot of your mojo, okay? At the end, because you have the Queen of Wands, yes, you've got your mojo. In the position of attitude, you have your mojo there, okay? But other than that, it doesn't feel like you have mojo. You have financial stability, yes. Your kids are good, check. But the outcome, because it's the Eight of Swords at the end of August, feels like you just don't have, there's like a cloud hanging over your head. It's just like you don't have your mojo entirely back. And I feel like you're going to get it back most likely in September. Could happen in late August, somewhat, but I feel like more in September. I feel like this is a time, this is a testing time. A time where, and I know that this is going to be frustrating for you, because a Sagittarius is go, 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 move, 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 doesn't like restriction, doesn't like to be restrained, doesn't like to be told what to do, doesn't like really particularly conflict. and there's a lot of conflict. There's not a lot of movement. There's a lot of feeling stuck. There's a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things on your plate. There's a lot of hard work involved here. There is, so it's like you're playing hard and then you're working hard, or you're working harder, okay? So you can play hard. So it's almost just like, you know, you're a horse. You're traveling through the landscape. You're running through the field, okay? And then you come to, you know, the sky changes, and then, you know, it gets dark and dreary, and like downpours and hails for like 24 hours. And then, you know, you keep running through it. You run through it, and, you know, you come to this other little valley, and then suddenly the clouds break and everything's back to normal again. So it's a little cycle I feel like you are in. So my suggestion is, because I do feel like you've got the career checked off and the finances checked off to really focus on, and I feel like the universe is like really shining the light on your relationships, okay? If you are single and looking for love, I feel like, you know, you are too focused on career and you're not making enough time for it. You need to go out. You need to go out like every night, or, you know, 3 nights a week at least, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Thursday, Friday, Saturday, basically. And I feel like you have a lot of things, responsibilities to do that you've taken on, maybe in the family. So love is kind of on a back burner, but the universe is saying, you know what? You got to get your mojo back. Sagittarius needs to have sex. Sagittarius needs to have relationships. If a Sagittarius doesn't get these things, it just becomes despondent and disgusted, which is the Five of Pentacles, okay? And sad and lonely and depressed. So we don't want that for you, Sagittarius. We want you to get your mojo back. We want you to get back in the saddle, you know? Really. But I mean, it really depends on what you want. If you're stubborn about it and you're like, well, I really just want to focus on my career right now, career looks good, you know, especially in August. It looks really good. With the exception of you working too hard. You've got to make sure you are not doing that, okay? But I think I covered everything. I pulled several extra cards, and I do feel like there really isn't much else I can tell you. Hang in there. Know that, like I said, the little storm's not going to last forever, and things will look brighter in the end. Things will look brighter. They will return to looking brighter, and you won't have to worry so much. So that's all for now. I will be back in August with my mid-August readings. Thank you so much for liking my videos, subscribing, and Google Plusing, and all that, and messaging me. I really appreciate it. And I send you so much love. Big hugs. Big hugs. Big kisses. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, take care.